Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Hello. Yeah, my mic's working, it looks like. You wouldn't believe our luck. How long has it been? Cellulite yoga pants, do they exist? Yeah, they do. How long has it been since, what is that? I have a mark on my sweater. Hi, Shasta Rob. Hi, Adam. Yeah, this is early morning pace. Well, it's 9:30, 9:24. But how long has it been since we had a translator case? And would you believe it? First things first, in Thurston County, a translator case. Wild. Yeah, coffee time. I've made it. Oh, my cup's sort of disappearing. That's right. Look how icy that is. Do you see that kind of ice? That's rich lady level of ice. It's from here to here. There's a straw in here. I broke a straw this weekend. Okay, let's dive into it and see if we can do it. We don't always, I'm recording it on another computer, for myself and for somebody else, and then I will, but we're going to try and watch it live. Every morning should be coffee time. Usually I drink energy drinks, 0 sugar, because my, no, but Adam, first of all, Walmart recently had $2 glass straws, 5 of them for $2 in their little $2 bin. You know, at the front of Walmart, they sometimes have those bins that are like stacked and everything's $2. That's where I got the fans. That's where I got these. In the $2 bins at Walmart. Anyway, they had a 5-pack of straws. It came like this. Here's the package. 5 pieces glass drinking straws. Paille à boire en verre, which is French. And then it came with the cleaning tool, which I haven't used yet. But they're also dishwasher safe. For hot and cold drinks, robust and shock-proof, dishwasher safe, and includes the cleaning brush. Well, shock-proof perhaps, but not oblivious to being dropped from 4 feet up in the air onto concrete. So, 1 broke of those, but the ones that you guys donated for, not a single one is broke. But these ones were a little thinner. You know, sometimes you like a thick boy, and sometimes you like a thinner boy, and it's okay. You can have a variety. Also, winter started. First of all, I'm not wearing anything under this except my bra. So I'm wearing about as much clothes as I normally do. Like, this gives me about as much coverage as a dress. Do I speak French very often? No. No, Shane, because I can't. No, parlez-vous français? But apparently I fake it well, because recently I said something, I spoke about something that had a French name, and the person I was speaking to eyes widened and they said, "Parlez-vous français?" And I was like, no. My kid does. I made her go to French school. But I guess I have a pretty good accent, mimicking accent. I read French because everything I've ever read in English in Canada, I've also read the French. So every package you see comes in French and English. So, and as somebody who reads a lot, I've always read French, but not spoken. Anyways, let's see if we can do this. I worry a little. I worry a lot. We're gonna zoom ahead because I think it takes them a while to get talking. And then we'll see what's happening here. I'm pretty sure that they arrête. It's ARRETTE, maybe arrête. That means stop. Oh, maybe it is ARE. I don't know. The signage where I live is not in French.
Delete, if you'd unmute, please.
Well, it seems to be working. Ma'am, I just unmuted.
Can you talk with them?
Oh, Naybel, well, we're thinking of you.
Renata Valladolid, por favor,
Oh,
active el audio.
Fuck.
¿Sí?
Thank you. Good morning.
Buenos días.
And good morning to Ms. Espinoza Gutierrez and Mr. Valladolid Ramirez. And then I see, do we have Jose Urias with you?
Yes, I am.
All right. We had hoped to have 2 Spanish language interpreters here today, and that's required in order for me to go forward with this hearing. Unfortunately, we had planned for that. We had confirmed for the interpreters, but one is unable to be here today. So I hate to say that I have to set a new court date. And I'm
Oh, we're so
going to
lucky.
set that date today. The order that's been issued will continue in effect until that day. And we will try to set this as soon as possible. I'm going to turn to my clerk.
Why does it
I'm
still take
wondering if
10
we could
minutes
just
for them
put
to
this
do
at
this? Is
1:30
my
on a-
question.
oh, I don't
11
know,
minutes.
that's not a good idea.
And hi, Sir Philip.
Because it's.
How
gonna
are
be
you?
long. If we get
I
2
literally-
Spanish language interpreters.
Woke up
Or we could do, I don't know.
last night in such a panic. It was so weird. I don't usually dream, but when I woke up in an absolute panic and I was like very confused as to where I was. It was very odd.
Let's do that.
I think maybe I should check for CO2.
So-
Entonces,
I'm able to
Something.
set this the afternoon of the 29th, 2 weeks from today, 1:30.
You want me to translate for them too?
Well, for everyone. Right now, I'm not talking to anyone in particular, but translate for everyone if you could right now. The interpreter and I were talking
El
about.
intérprete y yo estábamos.
Ms. Aradia, I'm wondering if we need an interpreter that we didn't know that we needed.
Oh my god,
one in a
another
different
fucking
case.
interpreter case? This is a joke.
And if they're here, if I could figure that out before you leave.
Today?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fine. Your Honor.
okay. We'll get this finished and then we'll talk about that.
Muchas gracias.
I forgot which one it was.
Oh, Naybel, they always
Which
drop
one's yours?
their
Yes, Your Honor.
below
That's what I'm
their
trying to
birth
remember.
weight. That's
One second.
he's gonna
Ella
do
no
this.
Let me look.
I also averted some children fighting
Yeah.
yesterday.
Let's see.
Fair enough. Yeah, I understand.
It's okay.
So let's see, is Angelica Gutierrez with us? Angelica Gutierrez on Zoom, anyone? Angelica Gutierrez. I don't see, no one's in a waiting room.
Angelica.
All right. Do I have Richard Mayer, Susan Crossmayer? All right. Why don't you just,
Mayer?
just so I
I
know
thought
who's
you were in
here, I'm sorry.
Oklahoma.
Okay, so that's the one I thought, Miss Radius. So let me just kind of run through there, see who's here, and then at that point, I'll probably be excusing you, but thanks for last minute stuff. All right, Faith Stemple. Do I have Faith Stemple today? All right, just say right where you are. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out
Temple?
who's here.
Hold on. No, hold on. Faith Stemple? Faith Temple, really? Come on now. Come on.
And who isn't? So Ms. Stemple's here in the courtroom. And then Jesse Madigan. Jesse Madigan on Zoom. We've got Jesse Madigan. And let's see, Michelle Belton. Michelle Belton is here in the courtroom. Sue and or Tom Stills. Are they in the courtroom? The Stills, or are they on Zoom?
Is this the rest of attendance,
Don't
or
see
is
them
this
here. Let's see, Jamie Shearer, I think I see on
the biggest
Zoom.
case ever?
Tina
Hi, John. Hi,
Paz
Matt.
is on Zoom. Let's see. Then Alana Woodward. Alana Woodward also on Zoom. Athena Somerville here in the back, here in the
Sounds
courtroom.
like a romance novel name.
Lias Trinan here in the
Also a romance
courtroom.
novel name, but evil.
And Angelica Gutierrez. Nobody's in a waiting room, right? Nope. All right, not present. Angelica Winslow is in the
Two
courtroom.
Angelicas?
Michael Edmond. Michael Edmond, not present at this time. I see Michelle Treese Pong there on Zoom. Kimberly Crossland. Kimberly Crossland. Not present. Okay, it's just about 9:30. It is 9:30. All right. Sue or
No, she'll
Tom
just face the
Stills.
cases
Sue or
one
Tom
by one.
Stills, not present. Angelica Gutierrez is not present. Michael Edmond is not
We're actually
present.
watching this pretty much live. We're about 5
Kimberly
minutes delayed.
Crossland. Right. So Ms. Treese Pang, I see you've already unmuted. Why don't we take your matter up? And that is case 25303. Can you hear me? I need you to say something. Stay unmuted. I need to talk to you. So unmute. It's Treese Pang, need to unmute.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I couldn't hear anything, and so I figured it out.
okay, good. All right. So
morning.
Kimberly Crossland is not here. However, I see that there is another, I think it's a cross position. Yes. All right. There's a petition that Ms. Crossland's filed against you, asking for an order against you on set for next Monday. I'm going to set both of these to next Monday and make sure in the meantime that Ms. Crossland gets that service packet that Civil sent to you. And we'll all be back on September 22nd. We're going to reset your matter to September 22nd so it can all be heard together and not waste a lot of time for everybody.
That sounds wonderful.
You still have an obligation. I didn't receive anything that showed that you served notice of today's hearing on Ms. Crossland. So now you got another week to get that done, all right?
Okay. Yes, I've been having a lot of health issues, and I've been
That you don't have to justify. I'm just telling you that you need to get that service packet that you received from Civil to Ms. Crossland, either through law enforcement giving it to her, or a business that does that giving it to her, or a family or friend who will not be called to testify giving it to her, all right?
okay. What about the other way around? What about getting me served?
That's up to her. I'm talking to you about serving Ms. Crossland. That's all we're talking about. So,
Okay, I just wasn't
Yeah.
sure if I still needed to serve if we were both going to be present on the 22nd.
well, that's a risk you're taking. So you need to get her information so she knows what you're saying. And we
Okay,
can have a hearing. We
okay,
may
so,
not be able to have a hearing if no one's prepared. And that's why you got to give them notice.
okay, so I'll contact the civil department and have them help me collect an address, because that's been the part, is I don't know her
Well,
address.
department doesn't help you with service because they're the court.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so,
It's just, I don't know her
sent you-
address.
That's kind of up to you to get figured out. The civil department is not your attorney and cannot get involved in doing anything like that. But you can talk to law enforcement, you can talk to a business, a legal messengering business that does things like that too.
Okay,
So, let me talk to my clerk, so we'll reset a new court date for her and then send my email that. So by email, you'll get a notice, a one pager to go along with your service packet, or will you do a whole new service? We'll do a whole new service packet, and that means all of that to Ms. Crossland. And then be ready to show the court if you're able to serve notice. All right.
okay, okay, sounds
Okay,
great.
so look on your email for that, and that's it for today. We'll see you on the 22nd.
Just one last question, Your Honor. Do you have a time that it would be on Monday?
9 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the
o'clock.
morning. Expect to
Sounds-
spend the morning.
Awesome, thank you so much.
All right, that's
Okay,
it for
see you then.
today. You can be on your
Thank you.
way.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay, bye-bye. Am I free to leave?
Yes, you are. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, thank you so much.
Please, Michelle. Hi, William.
One last call. Angelica Gutierrez is still not on Zoom, not in the courtroom. We
Also,
Attempted to
it's
find her
58
through the
degrees right
interpreter's
now.
assistance in the courtroom. So let me take that matter up. The mayor and Crossmayor, why don't you come on up to a table there?
Mayor, I
And
thought you
then
were in
Mr.
Oklahoma.
Radia,
I
thanks
said it
so much for
before.
your help. Have a good rest of the day. I'll see you next time. Justin come in here and figure out the chair thing. That would be good. I don't know where we lost all of our chairs. All right, so I'm taking up case 25-300. I've got Richard Mayer, is it?
Yes.
And Susan Crossmayer. All right, and I don't have Angelica Gutierrez, so let me, looked like you were able to serve her notice. Let me look into the court file for a moment before I ask any questions.
I hope so, Brooklyn. We're watching it live. So I can only
Okay, well,
fast forward 4 months. Or 4 minutes, 4 months. Could you imagine if I had a fast forward button for 4 months? Oh my God. Let me see what this is.
all right, so it's 9:35 and let me put the two of you under oath. First, Mr. Mayor, if you'd raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Crossmayer, raising your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. So it looks like Ms. Gutierrez was given notice at today's hearing, along with, I'm looking at the service, the notice here also went to her in presumably in Spanish. I do not read Spanish, but also in English. It says by electronic service. And that is not something I'm going to accept today. We need person. Here allowed. Okay, I didn't see that in the docket. Or which order should I look at? The temporary order? Yeah, it wasn't in the docket. That's where we need it in the future. But you think he wrote it out in?
Oh shit. It's like when you're like, Dad already said I could. And Mom has to go check with Dad.
There's so many. Okay, I do see.
Or
Alternate
that's
service
what I would
allowed.
believe it would be like if you had parents that were together. I don't know.
Email service, okay. Judge Buckley said that we would accept that. So I'm going along with that. And then, so are you asking, I don't know which of the parties I should look to, Ms. Crossmayor, are you leading the charge or Mr. Mayor? One at a time. Okay, Mr. Mayor, so you're asking the court, you want this order to continue?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I can find that Ms. Gutierrez decided not to be here, had personal service, knew all about this and decided not to be here. So I will be signing an order that mirrors the temporary order. And give me a moment just to go through that and then I'll review with you and take up any questions then. But just give me a moment to look at this.
Not much of a case there. Again, show up to court, folks. I think my coffee's almost done. So empty. Warrant for their arrest. Adopt everybody out. That's always the solution around here. Mine started cold, and I've yet to be disappointed. I'm also drinking the cans of coffee. Mr. Brown.
This is a former coworker of one of you or both of
Cafe
you?
Glacé, which is
Okay.
iced coffee. Cafe Glacé. And my cup is, the green screen's pulling it away, but this is my little cup holder. It's so cute. There's like little Shiba Inus on it. And my thing fits right there. And when the lid is on this, it actually doesn't even spill. And I got it at Walmart, obviously. Oh, I found a little bit more. Is that a different William? You guys are messing me up, but I love it. Was that a banana hammock?
And the
This?
teacher just put that right
No,
in the
it's
docket.
a
Kinda just like
coffee
this.
cradler. I don't know what
And
you
all
would
the
call it.
faces. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
right there, it's really great.
Uh-oh. Judge? The lady at the little farm place down the street makes them. Like literally there's a farm stand down the street and they have vegetables and then one basket of these cup holders. And I bought them. Oh yeah, here's another one. This one's got cuties on it too. It's so simple of a design. And it fits like regular glasses but also like my big coffee cup. And I bought one. It was like 3 for $10 or 1 for $5, and I bought the first one and I loved it so much that I went back and I bought more and I gave them to some friends. And when I went back to buy them again, the lady was there who was selling them and who made them, and she was so sweet. She was really happy that I was buying them. It was really exciting. I came in and I was like, oh, I'm going to buy more of these. And she was like really excited, this little Asian lady.
All
Anyways,
right,
hi,
so as I
Courtney.
said, this order that I've signed that lasts for a year is exactly the same as the temporary order, all right? Just that it lasts a year. You don't have to serve notice on Ms. Gutierrez because the provisions didn't change and she was given service, personal notice of this hearing, and the court can presume she decided not to be here. And by default, we're making these findings of unlawful harassment committed against you by her that requires this order to continue. So we will give you a copy today of this order. And then after that, it's up to you. If you think it's been violated, then you would contact law enforcement.
Law enforcement was contacted
Well,
after she was served.
after today is what I'm telling you.
Okay.
So this order, and the order was in effect then, so it's up to you to decide how you're going to enforce that order. Okay, so if one of you can come on up here and get that copy, and then you're on your way today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You guys, I live on a hippie island, okay?
You're welcome.
People making random shit has been like my life experience. We have little street markets all over the place.
So do
Little
I have Michelle Belton somewhere? Why don't you come
craft
on up, choose a
fairs.
table?
I love it.
Let's see, taking up case number
Plus,
25,
I
287.
support Walmart enough
And
with their
so you're
$2
Michelle
straws.
Belton.
I
Correct.
think it's fine
Okay,
to
and this
spend
is all about
$10
an
at a
order you
little
asked for
farm
against
stand.
distills. Let me put you under oath here. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, I don't have proof that they were served notice. Do you have something
No,
more?
I live in
I-
Canada,
you know-
Jim. Just to be clear, I do not live in Washington State. I live in Canada. Really close in British Columbia. Neighbors. Neighbors. With a U.
You know what, I've been talking to the police, I've been down there twice and I've
Which
called
agency?
the Olympia Police.
Olympia Police, so they haven't served her yet?
I can't get a straight answer, but obviously they haven't. I called them 4 times. I went down there personally twice
Okay,
and I couldn't, last time I talked to them, I couldn't get a straight answer. They didn't know if it had been served or it hadn't. And
okay,
the gentleman I spoke to said he was gonna call the court
all right.
today if it hadn't been served.
Well, we don't have anything,
Okay.
so sounds like they weren't successful. So this has been in effect for about just shy of a month, about 3 weeks. I can reissue this and give you more time to serve notice, or it ends today. What do you want to do?
No, it's important to serve notice.
Okay, so then I'll write up an order that resets our hearing date.
Okay.
We can do this anytime, any Monday. I want to look at your calendar and tell us any day we should avoid or.
Mondays are usually my day off and my boss is flexible, so
Okay.
let me double check on the.
Sure. Let's do it.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
My boss is extremely flexible on my days off too.
Let's
They
see, court.
like, what does that matter? It's your day off.
I don't have anything that would conflict with a Monday appointment.
Okay, so no, we started this at things. 29. All right, we could do it as soon as 2 weeks, or do you think you need more time?
No, that's fine, and I don't know if I should ask you, I did have a question as to whether I requested everything to be sent to you that you already have.
You can go into the court file
Okay.
and look at everything that the court has. What the court has from you is your petition.
Yeah.
Anything you filed with your petition, and that's it. So if there's something more that you think the court should have, make sure that we get it
Yeah,
before then, because the court won't be able to review it on the day of the case.
of course, yeah,
And you want the
so,
court to be ready.
okay,
So, contact Civil if you have a question about how to get it to us. You can always drop things off, but if you want to do it electronically, talk to Civil about how we can receive it so that we do get
Yeah.
it. But feel free to go into the court file yourself and look at things, but that's all I see right now is what you originally filed,
yeah,
and nothing more than that.
I think that's all I need, but
Okay, and if that's all, that's fine. You don't have to file anything more if you, but it's for you to give the court what you think is persuasive to get this order. That's
Okay.
up to you.
yeah, I can do
All
that.
right, let me kind of pay attention to this order and
It
then,
costs
so we'll set the
$10. It's
29.
5 toonies. I might have a toonie.
So
You know, we
you'll
don't pay with
email-
cash
Okay,
a
we'll
lot
email
anymore, but I
a
might
whole
have
new
toonie.
service packet along with this order. And then you see to it. Sounds like you know what law enforcement agency to work with.
Yeah.
So Justin, I don't know what happened to our chair and we got this kind of crappy old chair. I'm wondering if you have any idea who's been messing with our furniture. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Thanks. So I'd like to get them good chairs. All right.
Is she
So
complaining
this
about the
can just be
chair? By the
emailed
way?
as part of your new
Close the
service
door.
packet. Does that sound good, or do you want it right now?
I prefer paper. I'm not very,
Okay, so then you'll have to go to email
Yeah,
and get the rest of that
CAD.
packet. All of it needs to go to the stills, all right?
yeah,
Okay, and then make sure before that 29th that the
That's a
court gets
tune.
approved at least by the
That's a
29th, if not before that
tune.
it's been. We would get, if you're gonna work with Olympia Police Department, they would write out an affidavit or a sworn statement that says this is what we did.
oh, right,
Yeah, so we would need that. And don't come in on the day of the case and go, I don't know,
yeah,
because they don't send it, you need to make sure it happens. So
course.
be a squeaky wheel.
yeah,
All right, why don't you come on up here and look in your email for the rest of the service pack, and then we'll see you on the 29th.
okay, yeah, I never
Alright.
did receive a service packet.
You didn't,
what's
so
funny
let's
is
talk
that
about an email
Because I'm
while
going
you're
on
out
a
here.
trip
Come on
soon
up.
to America.
Come
I
on
have
up, we
more
can
American
talk right
cash than
here.
I do Canadian cash on me.
Okay, or we could, if you want to come back in, I suppose we could. Do we have enough people
I
there
am
right now?
doing a show.
Maybe.
There's somebody there, sure.
Just in the room. So you could wait, you could go this little counter, get the service packet today before you leave. It just make, if you have time.
Yeah, I'll do that. 'cause
Okay.
I don't like waiting. I mean,
Okay.
I don't,
I understand.
I'm not familiar with any of this. so
Okay,
I wanna be- Yeah.
all right, so why don't, if you want to do that, just let them stop the front counter, tell them that's what you want to do, expect to wait.
Yeah.
Within a half hour, if you got someone to take care of it.
Okay,
Okay, all right, grab your copy there.
Yep.
Then we'll see you on the 29th.
all right, cool, thank you.
All right. And Michael Edmond has not appeared in the courtroom, has not appeared on Zoom. And
$5
Angelica
Australian
Winslow-
dollars for a refill. Thank you, Sir Philip. You're so sweet. If you can't tell, the asshole in his 40s that I am a personal chef for was demanding breakfast and incredulous that I was live this early. But thank you for proving my point, Sir Philip. I appreciate that. He knows the noise.
Is in the courtroom, why don't you come on up to a table? Either side, whatever works for you. Alright. And then we're taking up case
YouTube Daddy takes
25301.
their percentage.
And we
Brooklyn,
put you under
and
oath, Ms.
then-
Winslow. So raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so it looks like, I'm just gonna go back to the court file. That's what I'm looking at here, so you know what I'm doing. We got a return of service that Mr. Edmund was served by deputy in Shelton. Let's see what was served.
Yeah, it
Okay,
just means you gotta
petition,
tip
temporary order.
$5.
All right, that set the hearing. So he was served on September 5th. So he's got personal service. And so the question I have of you, because that's done, I can make a legal finding that
Also,
he simply
Canadian
decided
strippers go full nude. So there's that.
not to be here, that he had notice of this hearing, notice of what you're saying to the court, and I can issue this order in his absence. Is that what you're looking at?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He already broke it.
So the
twice,
order, so the order will remain as the temporary order. It won't be any different than that.
Okay.
It will be in effect for a year. And then let me pay attention to this, and then I'll come back to you and explain all of this. And let me
Absolutely.
finish up this order, and then we'll get there.
Hi, Sharon. Yeah. Canadian dancers are a different breed.
And this, of course, Ivy is still 13,
Yes,
and Ronan's still 16.
yes.
Okay.
No, everybody's over 18, Judge. That is solidly important. How much money do judges make a year? They're public servants, so their wages should be publicly available. I think I've looked it up before in different counties. Sure, we could find it for Thurston County. $2. Well, we used to have $2 bills very commonly in Canada before we got the toonie. I mean, we used to have $1 bills too, but we don't have those anymore. Judge, what's going on here? Now you can imagine why YouTubers better than I don't show live court. They cut it all up and make it appealing for everybody. But we're having fun hanging out, right? Right? I can hear bass. Is that from my house? Judge, please. You're killing us.
Whole truth and nothing but the
Okay,
truth.
hold on.
We're gonna get that chair out of the way for you. And then make sure that the microphone is closer.
I used to work at a
Miss
bank,
Taylor.
remember, so I'm pretty adept at spotting fake bills and knowing currency. Even foreign currency. I was responsible for foreign currency exchange at the bank, so I've
Okay,
touched a lot
so
of
let me
money.
first get everyone under oath, so settled. So Ms. Somerville, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. And Elias Trinan, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So I see that you were given notice of this. You got the petition, which says everything that Ms. Somerville is saying, notice of the hearing, you got that on the 5th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so are you ready to go forward today to defend against this request to have an order against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Somerville, are you prepared to go forward today to show the court why you think the court should issue this order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, so how this works is I'll first hear from Ms. Somerville if there's anything more. And once I hear from her, I'll turn to Elias Trinan and I'll hear from you about why I shouldn't presumably issue this order, because, well, that's a good question. Do you object to this order issuing?
Yes.
Okay, then I will hear that. And then I'll make a decision based on the law under RCW. God, they changed the law on me. And I have to weigh what's admissible, what's relevant. And I have to look at the law and see, does the law allow me to do such a thing if all the elements are proved to a legal standard? So, and you'll notice I'm looking at screens here. I've got my court file and all the documents that were filed here electronically. So I am listening, but I'm also looking at what's been filed. So that actually brings me to another question. So Elias Trinan, is there something, other documents that you're going to want the court to look at that aren't filed with the court?
Okay.
Okay, good. Somerville, anything that your documents you're going to want the court to look at that aren't already with the court?
Nope, they've been submitted.
Okay, good. All right. Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes,
my pronouns are they, them, instead of she, her.
thank you. Okay, I'll work on that. And I may just use first names.
Your Honor.
1 second. Let
No
me kind of look at what I'm looking at and then we'll get there. I'm just re-familiarizing myself with your petition as there's a lot I reviewed today. Just want to write some notes, but I always like to look. Okay, that's right. Is
Judge, read faster. I'll put a shirt on, I promise. Come on. What is she doing? Oh, Lord. Live court used to be so much faster, and now it's just like judges being slow. I look a lot paler when I wear this. No, this is like a workout shirt. I wouldn't call it a boyfriend beater. I think you have to have a boyfriend, don't you? Oh, no, I guess not, because lots of guys wear wife beaters and they don't have wives.
All right, and also, Ms. Somerville, is there, you had someone file under penalty of Nicole and Ambleton?
Yeah,
Can't read the
She's
hand.
present. I also have
All right.
another witness as well that is willing to testify on my behalf.
Well, it's up to you to build your case, not for me to decide who I hear from.
Mhm.
So I've already heard from, is it Ambleton? Hamilton, okay. In under penalty, and I can consider that, that was part of your petition. So we'll see where we go from there. All right, so I've had an opportunity before today and today to kind of re-review all that your request here, and you're asking for this order against your parent here. And you're 21?
Yes.
Okay, and you've lived apart how long?
I moved out when I was 18.
Okay, so good 3 years almost. All
Yes.
right. And this kind of came up because of that note that
Oh my god, legal fiction gifting all over the place. Look at all the names that I recognize, including Coolin for Colin. I'm sorry, Adam. I wish I had better timing for you, but check it out later. Also, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night, regularly scheduled time. Legal fiction, thank you so much. You do know how to make an entrance, and I love it. Thank you. Also, did I just hear that this is a child getting a TPO against their parent? Where's my hair? What is happening with the green screen? Is it tuned to this sweater? Like, is that what's happening? If I put this back on, is my hair gonna be okay? Okay. That's wild. I wish I had guys in the truck to fix that. I don't know how to deal with it. Anyways, I love you. Thank you so much, legal fiction. Be careful, William. Don't break your neck.
that you filed with your information here,
Yes, Your Honor.
handwritten note, that's why you're here.
That and
What
the,
started it.
yes, that is what started it.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have come to court.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so tell me why you believe this is unlawful harassment.
About in 2022, I did request that the respondent not contact me because of things that I went through with them in my childhood that I did also document on here as well. When I initially asked for that, they seemed understanding and they made it seem like they would listen, so I didn't feel it necessary to take legal action at that time.
How did you tell your parent not to contact you?
I made a phone call and I have exactly what I said to them during said phone call written down here as well. Let me find it real quick.
So when in 2022 is that?
I have the date written down. Give me
In your
just a moment.
petition?
Yes, it is.
What page?
I'm not quite sure yet, sorry.
Okay, tell me when you find it. I can read it, but I just need to know where it's.
Yeah, of course.
2022.
Canadian girl reacts to, yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should.
We have 2022 beginning page, well, it's 101. You say page 11 to 13. And
Okay. It's
I don't
on,
think I can't get it right now, Rose.
so it was
Oh.
2023, my mistake, I apologize.
So what page?
It's on starts on page 11 of 13
Okay. I
and
can read
finishes on
that.
page 12
All
of
right.
13.
So this was a phone call.
Yes.
All right.
I need a third computer.
So
It's actually
was
on the
this a
list.
message left or was this a direct contact?
It was a direct contact. I just wrote myself a little spiel before the phone call because I get very anxious in situations like this. I wanted to make sure I knew what to say.
All right. Was there any response to your?
Yes, they agreed initially that they would not contact me and they asked that I send them the same photo of what I said. And I did just that.
So you sent a photo of your script?
Yes,
Somehow. How did you send that?
via their phone number.
Okay, so a text or something?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. All right. So that was, it's saying March 26th of 2022. And so we're
The
here.
day
and
after my birthday.
You came in September of 2025. So just over 3.5 years. Yeah, 3.5 years. And so now we're here because you get this note, handwritten note. And how do you know this was from Elias Trinan?
Well, I have here
This
the
happened the
envelope.
day
with the-
after my birthday, Mikey. That's about it. Hi. How are ya? Not much. This is literally the first case. We've been sticking it out thus far, and I'm recording it on my other computer, but this is the first real case. And it's a parent or a child against their parent.
The note was delivered in that has their handwriting as well as their address on it. And I also know their handwriting from growing up with them, honestly.
Okay, and the guts of it or the context, is
Yes.
that also telling you something?
Yes, I feel that it was their classic signs of manipulation, trying to get me back into their life.
I'm still on the issue of trying to make sure you know that this is Elias Trinan sending you this note.
Yes,
Okay, so it's handwritten, you recognize the handwriting. the
I also have
envelope
a
itself.
card that the note came with that is signed by them as well.
So there's something else that you didn't file with the court?
Yes.
Okay, all right, a greeting card of some nature?
Yes,
But it's this note that caused you to come
Yes.
to court. And this you received July 24th, but you didn't come to court till September. Tell me about that.
so originally I was going to just let it be and not respond to them, but then I got word that they're moving 2 streets away from me in my neighborhood, and that caused immense mental distress to me as soon as I got word of it.
Yeah, so where'd you get word of that? From whom?
My brother, that currently still lives with the respondent.
Okay, and your brother said we're moving close to you within 2 blocks?
Yes,
All right, did that happen?
no, I'm not sure.
Okay, and so you haven't heard from your brother?
I have not heard from him since I filed this petition.
Okay, so you don't know. And so your brother and your parent knew that you were where you were living at the time?
Yes,
Okay. How far away were they before this?
I believe they were living in Rainier, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so you're thinking somewhere else in the county,
Yes,
about a half hour away by car. Okay. All right, so you come into court when you get that information from your brother. You don't know if it's happened or not. If your parent hadn't moved to 2 blocks away, would you have come to court?
I don't believe so. I believe I would have continued the no contact as it was and continued ignoring their advances.
Okay. Ignoring. So was there something between March of 22 and September of 2025? No. Okay, so there hasn't been any contact
No.
from them that you're aware of. All right, so no notes, no phone calls,
No.
no nothing. All right, you initiated the March 22 event to say, don't contact me.
Yes,
And then you hear from your brother. So, all right, so your concern is what?
I'm concerned that them being so close to me will give them easy access to contact me again, which will cause more mental distress on my part.
Okay.
When they
And
contacted me with this letter, I had a full-blown panic attack and started hyperventilating, and my mother or my stepmother had to help calm me down. And my dad had to come over and help calm me down as well because I physically could not get control of myself.
Okay. So part of this is that
I'm laughing at what
substantial
Cellulite
emotional.
Yoga Pants said in chat, not about her panic attack. So, okay, we figured it out. She's still in contact with her dad and her stepmother, and her mother, who she's gone no contact with for 3 years, is now going with they, them pronouns and is trying to initiate more contact. Okay. Yoga pants. Oh, fuck.
Distress caused. Tell me more about, so obviously there wasn't any for the last 3.5 years,
Yes.
but this note comes from your parent and then your brother, but that doesn't cause, well, the note caused some distress, but then a month and a half later, after you hear they may be coming to live close by, did you have an attack then? What
I did,
happened then?
yes. I got full body chills and again started hyperventilating and shaking. It wasn't as bad as the first one because I knew that I was safe and in my home around people who love me and will support me no matter what I do. But I did indeed, in fact, have another panic attack at that time, yes.
All right. Why do you call it a panic attack?
Because I've been diagnosed with a panic disorder and have been told that it is panic attacks.
Okay, so recently diagnosed?
Yes,
What does recently mean?
2 years ago.
Okay, so that was in 2023?
Yes,
All right, and are you receiving any kind of treatment or medication?
not currently.
Okay, so you don't need that. How do you deal with this?
Currently, I'm working with my support system and my PCP to figure out non-medicational ways to interfere.
So there's no meetings with therapists or anything?
Not currently, no.
And no medication that needs to be taken?
Not currently, no.
You can work with your support folks and they can help pull you kind of back down to ground
Yes.
if this happens.
Yes.
And how long does that take?
How long does getting me calm take?
Yeah.
It
generally.
varies depending on the situation. The first instance that I just spoke of, it took about 45 minutes for me to fully calm down again. The second situation only took about 25 minutes.
Okay. And do you live with your support system?
Yes, I live with my
Okay.
stepmother and my father.
All right, so they're right there. Does any of this affect your ability to work or go to school? Or
Yes, I am unable
Okay.
to work currently because I have so severe panic attacks leaving the house.
Okay, and are those associated with anything other than your
My
parents?
past psychiatrist was believed that my diagnosed agoraphobia was a direct relation to the things that I experienced in my childhood.
Okay, all right. And experience in your childhood means this parent?
Yes,
Okay, from the things you detailed in your petition.
yes, Your Honor.
All right. And have you ever held a job?
Yes,
Okay, what did you do?
I worked at Colonial Inn as a waitress. I worked at Ulta Beauty as a beauty advisor. And when I was younger, I also worked at my family business.
Okay, with your parent?
Yes,
Okay, and when was the last time you were able to hold a job?
this time last year.
So September of 24,
Yes,
all right? And that was after you received this greeting card and note from your parent and,
no, the
No?
greeting card and note came in July
oh, July of
this year.
this year, excuse me, right. All right, so did something happen in around September of last year?
I had just had to miss so much time from my current job due to being ill, physically ill from my anxiety, that it was recommended to me that I quit until I can get my anxiety under control again to a place where I can work a physical job again.
Okay.
By who?
and so-
Somebody at Ulta Beauty? Also, yeah, this sounds like it actually needs treatment. Like, I thought she was saying, I don't have panic attacks normally, except when my parent pops up out of the blue. Now, that would be fine. Actually, it would help strengthen her case. But the fact that she's talking about her childhood trauma and not being able to work for a year and a bit, Ma'am, that sounds like, I'm sorry to say right now, but a you problem because now you're an adult and you gotta work through it. But I understand being no contact with a parent. Don't worry. So I also support that.
So before July of this year, were you closing in on that ability or not?
No,
No. Okay, so this, how would you say the July note, did it set you back, keep you in the same place? What?
it definitely set me back. I had gotten a lot better about leaving my house. For a while, I would only leave with certain people who I felt safe with, and certain people who I felt would protect me if something did end up happening in public, any sort of altercation or anything. And recently I felt safe enough to leave the house by myself for short periods of time until the note came through, and then immediately all the same old feelings came running back, and I'm terrified to go anywhere without anyone.
So since July of this year, now in September, how often do you think you've left your home on your own?
On my own, maybe twice since then.
Twice. And what caused you to leave by yourself?
Once was a dental appointment where I could not get a ride, and another time we needed something from the corner store that's literally 2 blocks away. So I felt that that was close enough to my safe space.
All right. Okay. So you detail going through several years of your life from small to where you are now. Was law enforcement ever involved in some of these things?
When I was younger, law enforcement was called by a family friend, and CPS did open a case on my family at a young age. Not sure how old I was at that time, but the case ended up being dismissed.
Okay. Do you think you were above or below 10 years old?
Below.
Okay. Do you think less than 5 or?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So less than 10 years old. You think you remember Child Protective Services? Did you go into care somewhere else?
No.
No. So you stayed home with this parent and CPS put services into the home as best you can remember? No?
I don't. I've only been
Don't
told
know.
the story, honestly.
Okay, that's fair. I can't imagine you would know much. All right. So CPS has been involved, at least you think. You were told a story by someone else. And then any other law enforcement contact about the things you said in your petition?
No.
No. All right. That was one time. And you lived with this parent all the way until you were 18.
Yes, and when I was 18, I moved out.
And you're asking, we should do a temporary order that doesn't allow any kind of contact of any sort to stay 1,000 feet away.
I requested 500 feet.
That's right, it says 500. All right, and why did you request 500?
Because I don't want to ruin their lives. I don't want to change any plans that they may have. So if they do have a genuine reason for moving to my neighborhood, then I don't want to ruin that for them, and I don't want to ruin that for my brother. But I do feel that I need something in place so that I can feel safe in my own neighborhood.
How old is your brother?
He's 23.
Okay, so he's an adult.
Yes.
And do you have contact with him, it sounds like?
Off and on, yes.
Okay, and that's not the issue. The issue is this parent that
Yes.
you're filing against. All right. And you live with your biological father and your stepmom.
Yes.
And up until 18, were you living with your father?
I
and
was living
parent?
with my mother up until 18. Then I moved in with my partner of 5 years for about 2 years. And then I moved in with my father last year.
Okay, so you didn't live with your father when you were a kid?
No.
Okay, all right. Let me see if I have other questions.
I'm wondering what the parents' response is gonna be. I don't know. She's brave to. I mean, it's hard to deal with when you're
So
21.
that was a
all these
question. Who's
things.
Miss Molly?
My service dog.
I'm talking to
I'm
this
sorry.
person. That's all right. I'll hear from you. But so that's a dog. And is it the dog that's here?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And how do you know Ms. Molly?
She was my childhood dog.
Okay, so all right. And so the information about Ms. Molly and set up times for you to be together with her, how did that affect you?
One of the tactics that I have noticed a lot over the years has been the respondent using Molly as a bargaining chip with me. A lot of the time, they will tell me things like what you see in the letter, saying that I can see her anytime. The defendant also has told my brother to tell me these things as well, and trying to continue setting up meetings with her, but I don't feel safe doing so since I would have to be so close to the respondent to do so. And I've made that ultimately clear to both parties.
All right, so then with this parent, you haven't had any contact, you said, from March 26th of 2022 until today.
Until July, when she sent the letter.
July.
Yes,
And then today.
Yes.
But with your brother, maybe you've been hearing things.
yes.
Okay, because you said this tactic, so that's what I'd like to know. So it's been 3.5 years. What
So
tactic?
before, when I lived with my partner at the time, she would do it frequently then. They would call me and tell me that the dog missed me and wanted to see me. They would often drop the dog off for long extended periods of time. There was one instance where the respondent was hospitalized in a mental hospital after I stopped speaking to them, and my brother had me come get the dog from their trailer so that the dog would not be alone anymore.
So this was all since you were 18 to March of 2022.
Yes,
Okay. And was, I guess, you didn't say no.
no,
Okay, you took the dog in or came to get it?
Yes.
All right. Why?
because ultimately I didn't feel I had a choice because I do still care for the dog. She was my dog originally, so I have an immense amount of love for that animal, and I don't want anything bad to come to her. So the thought that she was alone in that trailer really hurt me.
So you think that was a tactic, knowing your feelings
No.
about this dog?
I know
No.
that was not a tactic.
Okay, so that was an honest, not a tactic to harass you. So you talked about tactics to harass you or unlawfully harass you before March of 2022. What were some of those?
It was contacting me when I asked them not to, coming over unannounced, bringing their partner at the time over, even after I told them specifically that he was not welcome in my home, bringing him to the property after I was told them that my landlord did not want them in my home. And there was another instance when I was in my yard with the respondent and got into a heated discussion and they tried to make entry on my garage. I felt the need to shut the big door and lock all the doors to my house.
So then before March 26th of 2022, there was a time you told this parent not to contact you.
I asked them not to contact me during certain circumstances. So like if I'm busy for the day, please don't contact me. I'm doing this for the day. I'm at work for the day. Like reasons not to contact me, they would still find reasons to do so.
Okay. And so you would communicate this how?
It was either via text, in person, or over the phone. Just
Okay.
depends on the circumstance.
And then when your wish was not followed, how would you respond to all that?
I would often either just ignore it or tell them that they needed to leave me alone and then continue to ignore it.
Okay. Did you have any physical or emotional response from those?
Not that I can recall, no.
Okay. So that kind of started happening. When? When did you start having the panic attacks or the?
I believe that happened right as I moved out. Once I started feeling safe again, I'm gonna say, I noticed what I should feel like on a day-to-day basis. And then when I had contact with the respondent, those feelings came flooding back. So I realized that I did not want to contact with the respondent anymore.
So it was sometime before March of 2022, before you said don't contact, you started having these panic attacks.
Yes, it was about a year before, I believe.
All right, so sometime in 21 somewhere.
Yes.
And then told your parent, don't contact me by phone with the script, gave a photo of the script to them. And then you got the note in July. And your brother called you?
He
Or-
called my father told me.
Okay, all right. Step there, all right. Have you talked to your brother about this move at all?
I haven't talked to him about the move specifically, but I did talk to him about the petition.
Okay, all right. And so you don't know if they're 2 blocks away, you thought they were in Rainier.
Mhm.
All right. So I've asked a lot of questions, but anything else you want to say?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, let me just see if I have anything else to ask you before I turn to Elias Trinan. And you did, and this is what I think I recall. So there is a, presuming it's a Google map.
Mhm.
Um,
The yellow arrow is our house, and then the circled area, or I'm so sorry, the circled area is my current residence. The yellow area is where they're trying to move.
well, what I have is 1904 Bigelow and then a circle all around that. And so is that the 500 feet that you're
Yes.
thinking? Okay, all right. And you think that the residence that they may be going to would be outside of this 500 feet?
Oh, I know it is.
Okay.
They're moving to a property that used to be owned by a family member. So I know where they're planning to move to,
Okay. And,
and that's the marked location.
oh, I see, okay. Okay, yeah, understand that. All right. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn to Elias Trinan and hear the response to this. What would you like to say about all this request for this order?
I never intended to cause any harm or damage to my daughter by sending this letter for her birthday. I have been under the care of a therapist for 5 years with the same therapist, same with a psychiatric med provider. I was counseled by my therapist that since it had been 3.5 years and I'd written her like 15 to 20 letters and burnt them, that it was time for me to send one. So I was going off of the advice of someone who had my mental health and well-being in hand. Can I speak to the things that were filed?
That's what this is all
Okay.
about.
Can we see the dog? I want to see the dog. Miss Molly is who I care about in this case. Where's the dog?
The CPS case, first of all, was opened when Athena was 4. And it was opened because her father had slapped her brother in the face so hard that he left a handprint. And he had spanked Athena so hard that she couldn't sit down. When that was opened, we talked.
Oh, when that's an adult situation, we call that sitting pretty. Not kids, though.
To the caseworker. The caseworker talked to them separately. They came into the home, and ultimately it was decided that we were not in need of further intervention as long as we never repeated that behavior. So from then on, we both were very careful to try to control our anger. As Athena got older, I do agree that I was too hard on her. I do want to take responsibility for some of the things that she filed, but I don't want to go tit for tat. There are a few things that I would like to refute. She states that I forced her to share a room with me when I moved out of my ex-husband's house. When I moved into the house, I moved behind them for ease of transport for our children because they were 50% with me and 50% with him.
So when around was this?
I want to say like 2000, maybe 2001.
Okay.
Um,
So your daughter was about
16,
16? Okay.
15, 16, somewhere in there.
All right.
There's a gate between our houses, so they could just go backyard to backyard and be able to see either one of us at any time of the day or night. When we moved into the house behind where Athena lives now, I had to get a roommate because I could not afford the rent on my own. So I had a room, my roommate had a room, and then there was another room. And I offered to my children, either they share a room together or Athena could share with me since we're both female presenting.
Christopher Engelby, I'm not making that face at you. Actually, I'm smiling. Thank you so much. Okay, now Christopher's. Oh my god. What is happening? Lizette, 15 months. Thank you so much. Christopher, 2 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Legal Fiction, the rent is too damn high. That's fucking true. It does just keep getting worse, William, doesn't it? Thank you so much, Christopher. And hello, Lizette. Let's continue.
As soon as Aiden moved out when he was 18,
Aiden is.
my son, I'm sorry.
Okay.
My son Aiden moved out of my house fully, only coming to stay a night or here or there. He moved out of that bedroom, like I want to say 2 or 3 days later, after we got Athena's new bed frame, we moved her into that bedroom. So for the
Oh my gosh. Okay, Christopher. Full circle gifts here. We got a chase. Space exclamation mark. Thank you again, Christopher Engelby 1. For the gifted sub. And look at that. Look at that. Another channel getting a membership. That's 2 today. Colin got one earlier from Legal Fiction. Now Christopher's gifted one to We Got a Chase. I love it.
The remaining amount of time she was in my home, she did have her own room. She did have access to a door that shut away from me. I did exist in our room together while she was there. A large part of that was because she was 15, 16, and her partner was there. And I did not feel it was appropriate for them to be in a room with a closed door at that point. So yeah, I hung out in our room. Plus, I'm also physically ill.
Yeah, I was physically ill all the time, so I was just hanging out there. Just, being sick around my daughter and her boyfriend or partner. Christopher, again! Amazing. And Canadian bacon, now I'm getting hungry. Cellulite yoga pants. Hilarious. No, I think that somebody would want to move to me. I think I'm the 90-day fiancé.
So I can't do
Thank
a lot
you
of
again,
things all the time. So I do spend a lot of time kind of sitting in my bed trying to stay out of pain. I am appalled and disgusted. I never masturbated while my daughter was in the room, asleep or not. That's disgusting. I would never do that. I can't imagine where that came from. I am deeply sorry if that was something that she thought she experienced. I never would have done so.
What the fuck? I was not expecting that. I'm riding high off of William's gifts and then you bring me down with that? What the fuck, ma'am? What the fuck? What is going on? Oh my god.
I did not knowingly allow a predator into our home. The only time I can think of was a guy I was seeing came over drunk, and he proved that he had very bad intentions. As soon as I figured out what was going on and as soon as I could, I got him out of the house. He actually broke my wrist that night.
Did I say William gifted me something? I'm sorry. No, I meant Christopher and Legal Fiction. If I attributed it to you, William, I'm sorry. But you feel better finally, Christopher. Yay! Also, what is happening in this house? Give her the TPO. Give the girl the TPO. I've decided.
Night, trying to force me to do things in front of my daughter. That's when I said, okay, no, you're going. I'm not unstable, as was stated in Nikki's statement. I've been med compliant since my diagnoses 5 years ago. I've been with my current therapist and psych provider for 4 to 5 years. I have been hospitalized in the mental ward multiple times. The last one was in the last 4 years. Every time I went in voluntarily, I recognized that I needed more intense care than what I could get outside the ward. Each time I had a total overhaul of my meds until we found the right ones, which I'm currently on. The last time I admitted myself was a year and a half ago. So I've been fully stable, fully med compliant, doing everyday normal stuff since then. I carry a diagnosis of bipolar 2, CPTSD, severe anxiety. I have psychotic tendencies, which is just that I hear voices in my head sometimes. I'm autistic, I have ADHD, but I am currently well medicated. The current letter that I wrote in July, I wrote with the help of my therapist. He helped me to try and make it non-manipulative. He said that I wasn't love bombing, gaslighting, or guilt tripping. He told me he wanted me to send this one because it was her 21st birthday. And he said the worst that would happen was that she would just ignore it. And I guess he was proved wrong here today.
A hearsay. It's all hearsay.
Prior to this letter, I did not reach out at all, unless I accidentally happened to be in the same space with her, which the only time I can think of that happened was her great uncle passed away, and I was very close with him and his wife. So his wife invited me to be at the memorial. I stayed as far away from Athena and her father and her stepmother as I possibly could.
When around did that happen?
Like 2 years ago.
So 2023?
No, probably 2024. I think it was last summer.
Okay, so all right, so you're in the same area.
We were at a park, and they had gone, or I was there first, so I stayed as far away as I could to one side. I was dragged back in by Tim's mom. We're still close, so she wanted me to sit with her, but it still was very far away from where Athena and her father and her stepmother were. I didn't even go that way to go to the bathroom, which was the pathway to the bathroom. I went around and went a different way because I didn't want to make her uncomfortable. I don't want to make her father uncomfortable. I just want to exist. And I was really hoping that she would read the letter. That's all. I never expected that she would actually reconnect. When I did offer
Adult support, Christopher. Thank you so much. Seriously. I need it today. I need the adult support. You guys are making my Monday. Yeah, if you didn't want to make her uncomfortable, agree to the TPO. Maybe that would be the best thing. Also, all the stuff about her therapist saying is hearsay. It's not hearsay for me to say thank you to Christopher, though. Thank you.
offer that she could see Molly. And I have in the past. I haven't actually offered in the past. Aiden has taken it upon himself to offer to Athena to be able to see Molly. She is getting older. She's 11. Athena is correct. She was originally her dog, but I got her because she's also my service dog. I want Athena to be able to have any kind of relationship with her as she can possibly have. I've offered to leave my premise.
Underwire support is very important too. I had an underwire attack me the other day at work. Terrible. So thank you, Bill, for that $5. That will go straight to the Underwire Support Fund. Hopefully lifting the girls up from now to eternity. And look at Jim becoming a member. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You don't think Miss Molly's trained cellulite yoga pants?
so that she can come get her. I've offered, well, Aiden and I talked about, and then he's offered that he can bring her to Athena so that she doesn't have to be anywhere near me. Prior to this letter, I did not go to her place of work. I knew she worked at Ulta. I didn't go there. I went to the other one on the other side of town. I didn't even go to the Target that was next to Ulta because I didn't want her to think that I was just sitting there in my truck watching her. I have tried incredibly hard to turn off the part of me that wants to see her every day. I have not asked her brother for information or details about her when he's gone to visit.
So let me ask you, so the letter that you wrote in concert with your therapist, who you've been with for about 5 years, is what you're saying? This
Yes.
therapist? And you've written several letters and burnt them.
Yes.
And then this letter that was received in July, a gift card, I understand that's not in the court file, but there's a note, a couple of pages, handwritten. And so you say that no intention to harm your daughter, wanted her to read it, but not expect any reunification.
No.
So why?
I have unresolved emotions surrounding my daughter. Or at least I perceived her to be my best friend for years. I probably spoke out of turn.
The ring came through. Is that a contract? Uh-oh. I love it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Mikey.
Turn about a lot of things, but we did have some really amazing times together.
So you wanted reunification, why, but you didn't expect it, so why write the letter?
Because I was hoping.
Okay,
I was hoping that.
is it at all part of your therapy?
Yes.
And tell me, why is it part of your therapy?
Because if she had ignored the letter and just let it go, we were going to work on letting her go completely and just wait for her to make the next move instead of me making the next move.
So when did you discover that she was not going to take this note well?
When I was served.
Okay, so in early September.
Yes, ma'am.
And so
up until that point, I thought she was just ignoring it.
Okay, and then since it's part of your therapy and the thought was, well, this will be it, and now I'll have to work on doing without her. Have you started that process?
Yes.
Okay. When did that start? When did you finally decide you had to
It was
give it up?
the second week of August.
Okay, so you gave it about 2 weeks and then started that process. Okay, and then you were served a couple, 3 weeks later. All right.
And we do live in Rainier currently. It is a possibility that we will be moving back to the property that used to belong to my parents. It's not looking real likely at this point. We're still trying to iron out some details. We live in a 38-foot travel trailer, so we have to like get it parked and have hookups and all those things. I need to move in town so that I have access to medical care because I don't drive by myself, and Aiden can't drive yet. I needed to move back in town so that I have access to oh my gosh, my brain just farted. I'm so sorry. So I have access to the therapeutic offerings that are included in living in town. I'm part of a group therapy, support group, I guess. We were a group therapy group. We lost our facilitator and our space, so we got a different one. And I do help kind of run that. So I wanted to be able to have access to the people who might need comfort.
A look at my future self. The daughter? I mean, I don't think I look that young, William, but thank you.
Trying to see if I have any questions of you here before we move forward.
The only time that I've been by their house was like, I think in June, I was with a friend of mine and I didn't realize we were going to that neighborhood. She was picking something up from someone that she was talking to online. I was like, we gotta hurry up and get out of here. You know, I don't want to be in this neighborhood. This isn't healthy for either one of us. So I did hurry up and get us out of there. But that was the first time I'd been over there since I helped my son get there. I think it was 2 years ago.
So what is this all, this court hearing tell you about contact with your daughter?
I guess it's done. I'm gonna keep working with my therapist to let go.
Let me review a few things and then I'll see if I need to ask any more questions.
Perhaps you should have paid your therapist $150 to be there today and hear all of this, because I have better idea. Also, I'm getting my nails done before my trip. Maybe I'll be able to show off my ring then. I'm expecting it to arrive in the
I
mail
had the opportunity
any
then
day.
to read Nicole Hamilton's sworn statement, and that's been helpful as well. So I have to find certain things that I can't find here. I'm not going to issue an order, and I'll tell you why. I have to find that there is an intention to commit a knowing and willful course of conduct that is unlawful harassment by Elias Trinan against Ms. Somerville. I can see that this is not a relationship that is fulfilling nor helpful to Ms. Somerville, and can understand her intention and what she said to her parent way back in March of 2022. But we understand that this letter, this note that was sent in July, was part of a therapist's process, and there wasn't anything within the four corners of that that would be thought of as unlawful harassment. I understand, Ms. Somerville, you're saying all this thing in my life and then here, but it just doesn't amount at this stage to what the law says in unlawful harassment. I'm not saying it's not something you don't want,
Yeah, I
or
understand.
you feel harassed by it. That's valid.
Mhm.
But does the law say it the way the state legislature wrote it? It's not a knowing and willful course of conduct intended without any legitimate purpose by Elias Trinan against you to cause. And I can see you are suffering substantial emotional distress from this contact. And that's why this is not good for your daughter, unfortunately, to have any contact with you. So I'm not going to issue an order, but I got to tell you, there would be a course of conduct. There would be the ability for the court potentially to a legal standard to find a course of conduct if there's contact after this hearing
Yes, ma'am.
with Ms. Somerville. Even if it were part of your therapy to write a note, you best talk to your therapist, because your therapist would have no idea
Yes,
as
ma'am.
much as you would, but, well, may have some idea, but we can't put that on that therapist's shoulders.
Maybe the
But
therapist should watch my video.
We've all had this hearing and understanding, and so again, if there was contact with Ms. Somerville from you, this would be taken into account, may potentially find that course of conduct, may potentially find that your intent was not so much therapy or no intention to harm. At that point, it would look a little more suspicious.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, I think it was unintended to harm your daughter and not intended to commit unlawful harassment. And now you've got to do your end and work on the therapy that you've started and make that tough realization that Ms. Somerville is better without you. And she knows she's better without you. And that just happens, you know. But, so I'm gonna deny the petition in that sense, not issue an order going farther, but doesn't mean that anyone gets to have contact. You don't have to have contact with anyone you don't want to. And, but there isn't any prohibition. Now, maybe if you have good contact with your brother, maybe that would be a good thing that you could find out if indeed they start to move to the old family property. And then you could be forewarned. You know, it's up to you though, you know, if that's through your family or not, or what, you make those decisions. All right, so that's it for today. I'll sign that denial order. I can hand you copies today if you wanted to wait, or it'll be in the court file for you to get. What would you like to do?
I'll just wait for it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So, and who are you?
My name is Nicole Lynn Hamilton. I am her step.
Okay, you got a question?
So if Alexa Trennan does move into the neighborhood, at what point would it be unlawful contact with her? Possibly driving through the neighborhood and driving by our house? At what point do we start documenting?
Well, I can't answer what you're gonna do or not do, and I can't answer a maybe, a supposition, you know, I gotta see facts and then apply the law. So, all right. I can't give you any advice of any kind. All right, let me finish this up. Just stay right where you are. It's probably easiest that way.
Yikes. Wow. Oh my God, don't do that. Oh my fucking God. I almost clicked the wrong button 100 times. Yeah, get a camera. That's probably the best advice, huh? Get a camera. That's gonna have to be us for today. All broken up. I'm gonna have to go get my nails done so that I can display my ring when it arrives. Don't you guys worry. Will happily share that with you. Thank you all for being here. Christopher, thank you for the gifts. Legal Fiction, thank you for the gifts. Everybody, thank you for your gifts. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. I will not be on tonight, but I will be on tomorrow. So let's get ready to rumble, I guess. Anyways, do me a favor in the meantime. Oh, that's another court going on. Do me a favor in the meantime. Do me a favor in the meantime. Remember that I love you and I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Bye.